Oh no. And we're underway here. Spire kick us off against Villa Rockets in a game that they really need to win to maintain their pressure on West Bromwich Albion in this title race. Villa Rockets enjoying a good season, and they are the ones putting early pressure on Aspire. The Villa Rockets lineup is as follows. Hamza Madir's in goal. Bubba Ali is just in front of him. He's got Dan Ball on the left wing and Dan Kay on the right wing. And then for Aspire, it's Tom Kelly in goal, adorning that orange goalkeeper top. John Boulding's in the middle, Dan McClellan's out on the left, and Brad Bates is on the right. As Dan Kay takes that free kick straight into the side of John Boulding's chair. Boulding now plays across towards Brad Bates, back in towards John Boulding, fired down the line towards McClellan. Just the back wheel of Ali takes that ball out, and it will be a kick into Aspire, high up. They're camped in this Villa Rockets half. McClellan to Boulding. Boulding fires in between the two chairs. McClellan now back towards Boulding. Madir's in the centre. Hamza Madir dribbling out to left-hand side. Boulding just sees it out and wins his side a kick in. McClellan spins back in towards Boulding, and ball puts good pressure on him. Kelly's pass into the centre is slightly wayward. Dan Kay comes away with the ball and then looks to play in towards the back post. Bates can now potentially start the counter-attack in towards the back post for Dan McClellan. Cleared out. Boulding. Kay clears. Boulding's there again, though, controlling the game from that centre. And then referee Jeff Lewis gives a contact foul against Dan Kay, so it'll be an Aspire free kick just on the halfway line. Boulding, Harley comes across, and it is a kick into Aspire. Boulding not particularly happy with Dan McClellan, just getting beaten to the ball in that centre circle by the ever alert Ali. Such an experienced player. Here's Hamza Madir. Bates battling with Madir. Really been spotted a foul, but the game plays on. Now McClellan in towards the back post. Again, nobody there to receive it. Aspire just starting to get their passing play going, and now it's Bates on the right hand side, takes a shot, it deflects off the chair of Madir. Now it's Ali. Ali loses out, and then Boulding's ball towards the back post. Doesn't get finished by Brad Bates. He had a very robust wall set up just in front of him anyway. Was unlikely to find the back of the net with that one, and Villa Rockets have a goal kick, which is a chance to alleviate some of that pressure that was forming. Dan Kay. John Boulding. Here's Bates. Bates with the long ball, looking to try and find a teammate. Instead finds the chair of Hamza Madir, who now drives out with the ball. A little bit of contact between Boulding and Madir, but it comes out to Bates nonetheless. And then Bates fires it in. Boulding has his chance saved. Ball back in by McClellan. Villa Rockets living dangerously here, and 2-on-1. Bates and McClellan, one of the two got a little bit too close to John Boulding. Not apparently clear which one. It could have been both, to be fair. Now Hamza Madir to take this goal kick. Villa Rockets with all 4 players in their half as it stands. Just really trying to get rid of this pressure. And now Dan Kay looks to drive up the wall, but Boulding picks it off him well. Boulding, McClellan with the ball across towards Bates, looks to flick it in towards the near post. A brilliant piece of goalkeeping from Madir, so alert to get across there quickly, and Aspire are really making incisions into this Villa Rockets defence with ease from those wide positions. That's a poor set piece which just results in the ball dribbling out. Aspire will look to recreate their attacking play. Boulding finds McClellan, McClellan in towards Bates. Two on one given by Jeff Lewis against Aspire. Here is Brad Bates. Bates. Here's McClellan. McClellan in towards Bates at the back post, just unable to find the pass. Boulding. Dan Kay can cut his pass out. Villa are a side that are always so hard to break down. They have such a good defensive unit. And converting possession in the Villa half into goals is always a difficult task. So the Rockets pick up another defensive free kick. These set pieces will be welcome for Villa as it stands. Here's Ali. Mir Ali thinks it's his ball. Well, it doesn't go out anyway. John Boulding now. It's kicking for Aspire. Boulding. The ball into the centre. McClellan now in towards Bates. Brad Bates. Again, Madir just defending his back post really, really strongly. Just arrives on time every time at the moment, Hamza Madir. Such an impressive player who's come through the ranks in power chair. Made his sort of debut campaign last year and is really impressing in the Premiership as well. As Boulding looks to flash it towards that back post. A little bit of a wild swing from Boulding, but ended up with him getting a kick in. Bates plays it the wrong side. And Tom Kelly just shows composure to take that touch and then wins his side of kicking. Good play from the Aspire goalkeeper. Just had a really nice starting position there to be able to get out. But Villa will be looking to use those counter-attacks. They do it ever so well. Here's Boulding. McClellan looks to fire it in. Boulding again. McClellan flashes the ball across towards Bates. Bates. Unfortunate not to get that connection there. McClellan in the centre. McClellan across to Bates. Bates. Oh, just can't quite get there at the back post. Made a Gary Neville sound there. Aspire's attacking play was very exciting and not sure what Millie Bean is stating. 3 in the box, I think she spotted for Villa Rockets. That is the risk for Villa when they do play with a low block to try and be pragmatic against Aspire is there's always a chance that one of their players oversteps the mark and gives away a 3 in the box infringement. They've done it there, and it is always risky, but it's a strategy that they have perfected, and they're so good at defensively. They don't even really need to communicate, they just sort of telepathically know where the other players are going to be. A little bit of a mishap there though, and it gives Aspire a good chance as McClellan now fires it across the box. Back towards McClellan. Another chance to shoot. Boulding. McClellan. He's quite unfortunate there, Dan McClellan. Not to get the deflection he's wanting, and now Villa can counter-attack. This is really good play from Dan Kay. Dan Kay just really putting pressure on John Boulding. Aspire kicking, but this is a chance for Villa to now gain some territory of their own, because you can see there they have Dan Ball, Dan Kay and Ahmed Ali just lurking inside the Aspire half, looking to pin them in, as Dan Kay's the first one to take on John Boulding and battling really, really hard. Brad Bates look to try and escape the Villa kick in. Villa Rockets will be pleased with their first half so far. Often win games by only 1 goal margins, Villa. They know exactly what they do. They're very, very good at it. Boulding now. Bates is open on the right-hand side, as is McClellan on the left. Boulding. McClellan now back in towards Boulding. Contact foul given against Dan McClellan on the left-hand side by Jeff Lewis. Dan McClellan is on a last warning for a yellow card. At least that's what I thought the referee was saying there, as Boulding is on the right hand side. Dan McClellan has a shot. Ricochets back towards Boulding. McClellan looking towards Bates. It gets trapped in that right hand side. Bates looks to get it out, but Amir Ali reads it well and is now battling with Boulding in the centre. Boulding. Here's Boulding. And the shot into the middle. Has an opportunity now to line one up. Dan McClellan in between the chairs. Ali on the line. Boulding. Getting stuck into his number 7. Deflected and out for a kick in. Going back into the centre. Here is Dan McClellan, now takes the touch. Delivers towards the back post, and there's a bit of a collision in the centre. Jeff Lewis has given that against Aspire, much to the shock of both his assistant referee on the far side, the Aspire players, and the Villa Rockets players, as Hamza Madir gets ready to take it in the middle. Dan Ball wasn't quite the required distance away there. Boulding. Misses Bates. Aspire just not quite able to find that final pass as it stands right now. kicking for Villa Rockets. 5 minutes left of the first half. It's actually flown by here. This game is very similar to an Aspire Villa Rockets game I watched earlier in this season. It was at Stoke Mandeville Stadium. It was in the Cup, and it was 0-0 at half-time in that game as well. And Aspire were pressing like this. They just couldn't find that final pass, and Villa were really dealing with them well. As McClellan, Aspire have got an opportunity here. Ouch. Bates has a shot, and it comes up and actually hits Amir Ali on the arm, which looks quite painful. He's smiling though, and shrugged it off, so it should be okay. But yeah, that looked like a sore one for Amir Ali. It was definitely a powerful strike. He's just going to get a little bit of readjustment now on his arm. I think that ball just jolted his controller a little bit. Kick in for Aspire now on the right hand side. Brad Bates will take this. Again into the chair of Hamza Madeh, who's been absolutely everywhere so far in this first half for Villa. Boulding. Little touch from Dan Kay. Two on one, given in favour of Aspire. McClellan can't finish. Not having the best of games with that back post finishing, Dan McClellan, so far. Kick into Villa, deep in their half. Just 2 minutes left of this one. If they'll see half time as the first checkpoint to frustrating Aspire. Kick in for Aspire. McClellan shoots. Boulding is collided into on the edge of the penalty area, so a free kick, and that's another warning. So Jeff Lewis now has Dan McClellan and Dan Kay both on last warnings for their contact fouls. Bates played it to Boulding. Boulding was just unfortunate to smack it against the chair of Villa Rockets players. It really feels like Aspire are going to have to get the perfect pass at the perfect tempo with the perfect finish to break through this Villa Rockets defence, which is still standing so strong so far in this game. Boulding. McClellan takes it down the line. Kick in. Dan Kay. Here's Boulding. McClellan strikes it. Amir Ali. 30 seconds left of this half. One last attack potentially for Villa before the break, which would bring to an end a very well contested first half. A game which Aspire have had a lot of the ball in, but they haven't really been able to create that chance, that one where you're thinking, you know, it's a clear cut. Had a couple of opportunities at the back post with their two wingers, Dan McLennan and Brad Bates, and they are moving the ball nicely. It's just about getting that finishing touch for Aspire really here. Here's Bates, McLennan, and Jeff Lewis gives a 2-on-1 against Aspire. And there's half time, 0-0. We'll be back with you after the break.
I'll get me cock up and smack Jeff in the face with it. The mic's not on, is it?
He's trying his best today. Come and think back. You mean when the spiral went? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, because the pressure's on them. Oh, I see what you mean. What they did last year? Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is it? If you're going to do them on golden points first, that's why I have to be clear on points for that first. Because if it's never on golden points, you'll be out the door all day.
Anyway, I'm gonna get
Anyway,
up.
nice to speak to you. He's our captain, he's our hero, he's our eight. So we're just about to get back underway here at NTU. Amir Ali's going to kick Villa Rockets off. So it was a first half that was a cagey affair, 0-0. It ended at the interval. Now we're back underway. Aspire looking to get 3 more points towards their charge for back-to-back titles. Villa currently sat in the mid-table mark. They know a couple of wins will get them up into that top half of the table, which is where they really want to be come the end of the season. It's been a very successful season for Villa Rockets. Played really well, and they've taken every team to the wire pretty much. Aspire line up the same for the second half. It's Tom Kelly in goal, John Boulding, Dan McClellan and Brad Bates. Villa Rockets have made one change at the break. They've brought on Summer Rice, and so she plays alongside Amir Ali, Hamza Madir and Dan Kay, who making a very much so of a nuisance of himself, Dan Kay, in that first half. As contact foul. Contact foul from Dan McClellan. Villa Rockets have the Aspire bench just to my right here. Bobby Williams is the nearest player to me, so I'm sure I'll be subject to many a pun as I try and concentrate on commentating this football game. Here's John Boulding in the centre. Dan Kay looking to make a tackle. Kick in for Aspire on about the halfway line. Dan McClellan down the line. Brad Bates is the infield option. He finds Bates. Bates pushes it in towards McClellan. Dan Kay's there. Boulding dummies it. Jeff Lewis gives the 2-on-1 against Aspire. Hamza Madir. Amir Ali. Boulding. Bates. Here's Boulding again. In towards the back post. McClellan fires it across towards Brad Bates. And John Boulding is the one that is onto it, and he just couldn't quite line up his front bumper to push that between the two Villa Rockets chairs, but it was a nice move from Aspire. Dan Kay is going to take this kick in for Villa. John Boulding. Dan McClellan against the Villa Rockets chairs. Here's McClellan again, takes it wide. Holding to try really hard to find that separation from the chair of Summer Rice. Wins his side of kick in very well. Holding tried a cheeky set piece in behind the Villa Rockets chairs. Can't quite get away. Summer Rice is marking him very, very tightly at the edge of the area in this second half, and there's contact in the centre between Boulding and Ali. As Amir Ali's just in need of further adjustment after that. I think it's just his seating position. Maybe just knocked out of position slightly by that John Boulding tackle. Comes a Madeir now. Boulding. McClellan. Bates takes the touch. Back in towards Dan McClellan. Fires against the chair of Ali. Here's Hamza Madeir now. McClellan again. Dan Kay. Such a good defensive player. Really, really intelligent. And Jeff gives a contact foul against John Boulding again. Jeff Lewis becoming slightly unpopular amongst the Aspire team early in this second half. Jeff Lewis plays the advantage. Here's Boulding. This feels like a game in which Aspire really need to keep their focus here. Amir Ali now forward. Villa will be vindicated so far by their defensive success. Can't quite keep it in. And Villa, Danke is given a second final warning. Here's John Boulding. Out on the left, right-hand side. John Boulding at the back post has a chance to shoot. He's unlucky. Aspire well set up now. Dan McClellan smacks it against the chairs twice. Two really good shots from Dan McClellan. Really unlucky. Aspire really now putting the pressure on Villa Rockets, hanging on by a thread, and Jeff Lewis is going to book John Boulding. That was a contact foul. Here's Hamza Madeir. Just 12 minutes remaining for Aspire to try and find that winner. The pass is not quite directed correctly from John Boulding. Dan McClellan couldn't risk spinning there. Oh, he is on his last warning for a yellow card. It's a poorly taken goal kick. Bit of a waste for Villa. Dan Kay. Here's Amir Ali.
What that one then? What about that one? On the edge of the box, Jeff. On the edge of the box, there's a foul. Yeah, I know, that was a foul.
Jeff Lewis. Interacting with the Aspire bench. Just some friendly chats, I'm sure. Hamza Madir now. Bolding does well just to put pressure on Dan Kay, and they have them penned in here slightly, Villa Rockets. They haven't really been able to leave their half for quite a while. Bolding. Fire it back towards the back post. McClellan wouldn't have really been able to do anything with it had he received it anyway. Here's Ali. Ali. McCullen tried an audacious attempt at the front post. Aspire need to start being a bit more creative here, because they're really struggling to open Villa with their normal patterns of play. They maybe need to improvise slightly if they want to get a goal in this game. Of course, a draw for Aspire isn't catastrophic by any stretch of the imagination. They still will return to the top of the Premiership table, level on games played with West Bromwich Albion, except they'll be just a point ahead instead of 3. Here's Bates. Bolding. McClellan and Bates and Bolding miscommunicate. There is no Villa player, though, to allow the 2-on-1. And Jeff Lewis gives another defensive free kick. Here's Madir. Great turn from Brad Bates. Good dummy, can't quite get the pass that he's looking for. So just 9 minutes remain for Aspire to try and get their goal. As Jeff Lewis gives a free kick. Dan McClellan withdrew. Rosie Dack has come on. To kick in to Aspire. Hamza Madir. I mean, the Aspire bench to my right are so shocked. This goalkeeper performance from Hamza Madir has been a spectacle to watch, to be fair. He's been absolutely excellent. Rosie Dack doesn't pick the right pass there. Amir Ali. Here's Bolding. Here's Bates. Heavy contact there. Given against Brad Bates. The Aspire bench are furious with the referee here. Madir. Here's Bates. Bolding. Here's Boulding again, contact. Boulding just spun into Summer Rice. Boulding with a kick in. Bates, Aspire approaching the final 5 minutes now. Here's Rosie Dack. Summer Rice loses out. Here come Aspire, looking to form another attack. Dack, the ball across. Here's down K. Camerale. Boulding. Here's Dack. Amirali up against Dack. Boulding. Dack. Dack again towards the back post. Here's Brad Bates. Boulding, strikes. This wall from Villa is just proving too tough to penetrate for Aspire. They have another chance here. Tom Kelly now has to be alert because this is a chance for Villa. Really good from Tom Kelly there, just composure. Great composure shown. Bates, Boulding. Bates again towards the back post. Dack. Rosie Dack was awake to the finish, just couldn't quite direct it the way she wanted to between those two chairs. It was a really, really tough chance though. Bates is clattered. His Boulding now, 2.5 minutes remaining. This is really do or die for Aspire now. It's 0-0. A goal you think will be more than enough to win it for either side, given how this game has gone. Jeff Lewis gives another foul against Aspire. John Boulding is on a yellow card here. He needs to be slightly careful. I understand him wanting to remonstrate with Jeff Lewis, but he needs to be really, really careful here. He's had a couple fouls now and a couple of incidents with the referee. He doesn't need to give Jeff Lewis a decision to make here. Here's Amir Ali. 1 minute 40 left on the clock for Villa Rockets. If they could score now, this would really be a sickener for Aspire. Bates then with the ball. Rosie Dack at the back post. Again, that defensive wall for Villa Rockets is just there. Dack. Bates can't find the pass towards the back post. Aspire have 1 minute and 20, and you assume with how this game's gone, there'll be one last chance. Can they take it? Dack. Boulding. Dack. It's going to be a kick in for Aspire on the left-hand side. Into the final 60 seconds now. Rosie Dack, here we go. You think this set piece could be the last chance of the game. Aspire to try and regain their 3-point gap at the top of the table. Villa defence again resolute to the Aspire set piece. Here's Dan Kay. That'll do for Villa. They just get into the Aspire half, and Aspire need to play out quickly here. Don't assume there'll be a massive amount of time added on by the referee. Aspire probably only have time for one more attacking play. Here's Amir Ali. Brad Bates has got out. It's a goal kick to Villa Rockets. That will probably be the end of the game. So it's a frustrating start to the Sunday for Aspire. They need to recoup and go again. Brad Bates. Here's Amir Ali. Will Villa get one last chance potentially? Aspire now driving forward with the ball. Here's John Boulding. Corner for Aspire. And that's the end. No corner for Aspire at the end, which is one of a string of controversial moments in that game. It was a good one to watch, though. Had me on the edge of my seat, as I'm sure it did for many of you. Villa Rockets will be very proud of the way they defended in that game. Aspire attacked well. They had a lot of the ball, but they couldn't quite find the decisive moment. At the end of the day, they returned to the top of the Premiership, but the gap reduces to 1 point. West Bromwich Albion are firmly in the chase, and with Marcus Harrison sat on the other side of the hall with a beaming grin, you know exactly what that means. Aspire 0, Villa Rockets 0. A brilliant game of football, no goals, but it certainly wasn't a bore draw. Thank you guys for watching and listening. We'll see you for the next game.